Welcome back to Make Build Modify. I'm Justin, and today we're making an extra hand vise stand. Sometimes it's better to bring the vise to the work rather than the work to the vise. These are very handy for doing production work where you've got lots of small parts, whether you're sanding or painting them, and you don't want to move the entire set of parts. You just want to bring the vise to those parts. As you can see, this project is made from an old wheel and various scrap metal drops from old projects. Here I'm marking the locations where I need to grind the extra paint and mill scale off of this piece of metal. I've got to get just enough of that off so that I can do a clean weld. Now I'm marking for the post location. It's an 1.5 by 1.5 piece of steel. I'm just getting some rough locations so when I go to weld, it'll be easier to align. I think I cut this post to make the top of vise finish out at 36 inches. I did this to match my other extra hand vise stand. I wanted the mount plate on the stand to match the shape of the base plate of the vise. I traced it out in a location that would work for the extra holes that were in the scrap plate, and I removed the bottom, and I'm going to use that as a stencil to guide my oxyacetylene torch. I used this very strong rare earth magnet to connect the two. In the end, this was a bad idea. I ruined the magnet. The heat takes that away. But it worked for the cut, and I managed to get the job done, less one magnet. I don't think I've used an acetylene torch for at least 10 years, so I haven't had much practice. I used to get a part like this to just drop out right after the cut. I had to beat on this one a little bit. Looks like the edge needs a little bit of help. Not the cleanest cut in the world. Using a flap disc, I cleaned up the edge and it made quick work of it. After the edges were clean, I used this self-centering transfer punch and transferred the marks. I drilled the holes a little oversized for the bolts I'm planning on using. That makes it just a little easier to line up with the holes in the vise. The drill press left just a little bit of a burr, so I cleaned it up with a countersink bit. Now for the welding. I haven't been welding for a little while, so this was a good chance to get some practice in. I went all the way around the post. That's not necessary for this stand. It's way stronger than it needs to be. Why not? Get some practice. Okay, that's it for the top portion of the post. Let's get the base put together and attach the post. I didn't show it on camera, but I spent a little bit of time aligning this post to where it was plumb to the base. And then I finished my welds. Just a little bit of cleanup with a wire brush so I can get this thing painted. I'm not using any special paint for this. It's a gray primer and it's going to be inside most of the time, so that's probably going to be the only thing I put on it. It's easy to cover up any scuffs or marks later, just hit it with primer again. The base of the vise was a little rusty, so I decided to grind the surface a little bit and add some grease. Okay, I'm almost done. I just got to put this base back on, find some bolts, and fasten it to the stand. And there it is, a very simple extra hand vise stand. I'll have a list of tools and materials listed in the description. And if you think I earned it, please subscribe.